We've had plenty of time to digest the epic cliffhanger at the end of Stranger Things Season 4. The ending was pretty dark, and the fate of our favorite characters is currently unclear. It will stay that way until the 5th and final season hits Netflix sometime, hopefully, in the not-so-distant future. Stranger Things creators Matt and Ross Duffer, aka the Duffer Brothers, have created such an iconic show. If there is something that we should highlight, it's the characters. There's so many that have appeared in all 4 seasons, some from the earliest days of Netflix's success, others are newcomers that we've met along the way, but there is one guy in particular that I think we all love the most, and that guy's name is Steve Harrington. When we meet the former high school jock in the first season, he's kind of a douche. You can't really blame Jancy's carriers for wanting to see Jonathan and Nancy together right now. Stranger Things was first introduced in 2016, but a lot has changed since then, including the cast and monsters. Stranger Things Season 1 gives fans a lot of favorite characters, and of course, fans also hate Joe Keery's Steve. Often seen as the babysitter to the main group of children in the cast, he caters to her friends with a genuine loyalty that has now won the hearts of millions. In today's video, we're going to tell you why Steve Harrington is the best character in Stranger Things. But before we do that, if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button for more entertaining videos and press the bell icon to get the latest video updates every time we drop something new. Ever since the first 7 episodes of Stranger Things Season 4 dropped in May, it's been obvious that the Duffer Brothers intend to push their adolescent characters into the darkest territory yet. Max, Sadie Sink, barely escaped Vecna. Will, Noah Schnapp, and Mike, Finn Wolfhard found themselves caught up in a violent machine gun fight, and Eleven, Millie Bobby Brown, had to relive the trauma of narrowly surviving a massacre as a young girl. For those who are behind the curve, the love for Steve, Joe Keery, shown by so many Stranger Things fans saturating your social media feeds, might be confusing. Steve's arc in the first season showed that he was more than just an annoying bully or goofy jock trope so often used in American entertainment. He is, to the viewer's delight, a colorful and well-written character. Following the conclusion of the latest episode of Stranger Things, many have a feeling that our favorite character might be about to kick the bucket because, well, you can never have beautiful things. One of the best character arcs in Stranger Things would be, without a doubt, Steve Harrington. From being a supporting character, he rose through the ranks to the top of the fan charts so much that when various death reports circulated for Season 4, fans tended to tag hashtag Protect Steve Harrington and hashtag Protect Steve at all costs. Even though fans were heartbroken by the total body count at the end of Season 4, they breathed a collective sigh of relief that Joe Keery's character had made it through another season. And also the friendship between Steve Harrington, Joe Keery, and Dustin Henderson, Gaten Matarazzo, was one of the best things to come out of the second season of Stranger Things. The unlikely duo found each other after Steve's breakup with Nancy, Natalia Dyer, and Dustin's misguided adoption of D-Art, the demagogue. While Keery's bad guy turns good guy arc in Stranger Things is enough to make audiences root for Steve Harrington, we also love his quick wit, badass hair, adorable bond with Dustin, and of course, his mad babysitting skills. Keery is currently signed on as a cast member for Season 5 of Fargo, which begins production this year, as well as the sci-fi action movie Cold Storage, which is also in production. Steve wasn't supposed to survive the first season of Stranger Things. The original plan the Duffer Brothers wrote called for a deadly end for Nancy's jock boyfriend, leaving room for Jonathan Byers as her main love interest. But actor Joe Keery put the exact spin on the role, subtly negating the shitty jock boyfriend trope throughout the early episodes. His arc culminated at first when he ran into a house to fight the Demogorgon with his trademark bat swing. Steve is absolutely amazing and charming, so we're sharing a few reasons why he's the ultimate Stranger Things character. He's the best babysitter in Hawkins. Steve himself has said that he is a better babysitter than a boyfriend. The former jock put his life on the line multiple times for the party, including defending Lucas, Caleb McLaughlin, against Max's bullying stepbrother Billy Hargrove, Dacre Montgomery, and protecting Dustin and Erica, Pyra Ferguson, when the Scoops Company infiltrated the secret Russian base under Starcourt Mall. While he may not have been the likable character earlier in the seasons, Steve's character has evolved from antagonist King Steve to chivalrous hero. His redemption arc. Steve was not originally meant to be a likable character. It was actor Joe Keery's charisma that led to the character development of him that the Duffer Brothers loved him too much to continue writing him as a nasty bully. Steve turns his back on his toxic friends and his popularity in the first season filled with remorse for the way he treated Nancy. Although his relationship with Nancy did not work out, it was a turning point in his personal growth. Saving the party. Steve has risked his life for his friends multiple times on the show. During the third season, the Battle of Starcourt Mall, he does not hesitate to run into the party's aid after the Mind Flayer traps him in the mall. His heroic actions are not in vain, as he eventually saves his ex-girlfriend Nancy, as well as Jonathan and the kids, by driving their new car in Billy's possessed Camaro. His friendship with Robin. Steve was unlucky in the third season of Stranger Things. He was shown to be the former athlete struggling while enduring a new role on Scoops Ahoy. However, he did spark his friendship with the new cast, Robin, which was one of the best stories in Stranger Things 3. Robin proved a valuable addition to the Scoops troupe, deciphering the secret Russian code. The bathroom scene in which she comes out to Steve about her sexuality is one of the most touching scenes in the entire series. He helped Nancy and Jonathan. Steve faces a moral dilemma in Season 1, The Upside Down. After falling out with Nancy, Steve tries to make amends by leaving his friends and going to the Byers' house to apologize at the worst possible time. The trio are attacked by the Demogorgon, and Steve briefly escapes to his car, noticing the flashing lights signaling the monster's approach. Instead of getting in his car and leaving Nancy and Jonathan to their fate, he returns home and attacks the Demogorgon with his signature bat, saving their lives for the first time. He is the mentor. While Steve and Dustin's pairing was accidental, their chemistry was off the charts. Broken-hearted Steve gave Dustin sage advice on romance and was unafraid to pal around with him, a self-professed nerd, and support his theories without question on Seasons 2 and 3. Also, even though he was obviously jealous of Dustin's closeness with Eddie, he was the first to hear him while they were on the Upside Down, a testament to their strong bond. He went to check on Max. Dear Billy, the fourth episode of Stranger Things 4, is one of the most emotional episodes of the entire series. When Max realizes she's Vecna's next target, she withdraws from her friends and even writes her loved ones goodbye letters. Max asks Steve to drive her to the cemetery where she visits Billy's grave. Steve grows anxious as he watches Max. He decides to check on her despite Lucas asking to give her more time. Steve knows something is wrong and he doesn't hesitate to take action. Once again, Steve proves he's the best babysitter in Hawkins. He volunteers to investigate the gate. Steve Harrington continually proves that he is willing to do whatever it takes to protect his friends. As the group learns more about the opening of the Vecna gates at Hawkins, they discover the underwater gate created by Vecna. Steve quickly volunteers to investigate the gate on behalf of the group. Steve surfaces to tell the group that he found the door. But before he is suddenly dragged underwater and upside down, Nancy, Robin, and Eddie soon jump in after him, while Steve fights off the demo bats. Fortunately, they arrive just in time to save Steve. His adorable dream future. With all the babysitting Steve has done over the course of Stranger Things, it's perhaps no surprise that Steve hopes to be a father one day. In a sweet moment, Steve tells Nancy that he's always dreamed of one day having a big family. Specifically, he wants 6 children, 3 girls and 3 boys. Steve planned his future in such detail that even he thought about their summer vacation together. Steve then reveals to Nancy that in those dreams, he always imagined her to be there with him. That is it for today. Let us know your views in the comments below. Click that like button if you enjoyed the video and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe.